Radio 985. Not your average internet radio. Taking internet radio to a whole new level.
Welcome to another episode, Making Sense with Nikki. It's been a while, and I think the one thing regards Nagori, Happy New Year, Happy 2021. Next year, it's about 2022. Get my drift? Most people have been asking me in my absence, Modi show, or Modi in settings or not. Nikki, you know what? These are trying times, and it would be nice to find out, how to make extra sense. And so remember, last year we spoke a lot about stretching your ends. We spoke about things like your budgeting, Kenyali insurance. So today's show is going to be just an easy one. There are so many ways to skin a cat, you know that, Muslim. So what I'll do is I jotted down some things, are in the mainstream. Some people sell food. Some people sell clothes. And you've noticed with alcohol, people babulate shebins, places of hanging around, and they become so common that the market becomes so saturated that by the time the lockdown, everybody's going to get again. So maybe you should think of something it will last for quite a while. I'll give you one example. Yeah, there are people who you might say, I don't have skills. I wouldn't know what business to start. I don't know how to earn extra income. Maybe start by volunteering. I'll give you a personal example. What I did was when I went on radio the first time, I was volunteering because I come from the financial background. But the knowledge that I have, I think there are people by Nidang. Maybe let me just go out there and do consumer education. Like enough, South African Insurance Association here, come through, speak on radio. Wow. And I did that. And then eventually it came through to a point where I started networking with a whole lot of people and you'd see me more. So the spirit of volunteering, it's very important. First, you learn new things. You learn new skills. You learn how to speak to a diverse audience. Sometimes it could be the acquaintances, it could be but in the background of whatever the mainstream of the job requires. Say for argument's sake, nail acting, and you don't know how to operate a camera, you'd be able to put the cables. You'll know where each and everything goes. So even when they do a set, a show, you would know you would know auditions. So you volunteer until you master the skill. Somebody might identify a talent, don't know you're probably an organized person. So you'd go and assist people, they are filing. You went to school and you studied in the field, engineering. For argument's sake, landscaping. Why not to Ralphita go strating Salona? Just make sure that it's a landscaping, the whole street somehow. And then people will pay you for it. You don't have to do the gardening services, but you can actually hire people who would actually do it for you. But whenever I draw, you know what plants to use. There you go. That's gardening services maybe. The other one is blogging. Now, you'd ask me blogging king. There are many people who know how to write. You'd find that most people want to convert their writing skills into hip-hop. Nothing wrong. How about you start writing music for other people? Or blogging being on the net. You'd have your own blog, a subject matter expert, or there's a topic, it's always in the minds and hearts of people. You write about it. Do your research. Collaborate with other people. Write it down. You will realize that in time, some people are lucky about YouTube, some people baba lidi hits and then somebody identifies you. Earlier on, we were talking about a guy who went on a radio station, Bamotebela, and eventually he got his own podcast site. So do you see where I'm heading with this? So you start with the little that you know and you enlarge it. And there'll be people who'll be guiding you as you go out there and say, guys, I'm good at the verbal side, but I'm not good at administration. Maybe you can see I speak with my hands. Somebody might say, Nikki, sit like somebody rapport, pasture, but that's not me. I cannot express myself that way. Too formal. I'm not in a boardroom. Now, start thinking of not businesses, activities. Start thinking of habits that can bring you money. and you know you're good at something, you might say, I'm searching for a purpose in life. You will find it as you try a whole lot of other things, because you might find that your purpose is not just the nucleus one. In a lead tentacles thing, and the more you throw your tentacles out there, it becomes a magnet to exactly what you're going to be polished for. Does it make sense? Think of people by longer by internet savvy or computer savvy. You know how to use gadgets, the smartphones. You know how to use laptop. There are so many other people by longer ba batla go type the CVs tsa bona ba di print, and maybe when o ka etsa a platform for bona e etsang the templates, e etsang the online systems. Maybe let's put it that way. Online system or anything else. See, I love lazy people sometimes, because lazy people always want to find the shortcut. I think that there's a gentleman who once said, the most difficult thing to achieve in life is simplicity. Think about it. But Bakale used to ride horses until somebody had decided to invent an aeroplane, a fast train, so a fast car, your Maybach and all of those beautiful cars. So to actually get from a point where you move from a horse and carriage to super horsepowered cars, somebody who was lazy, who wanted to get there fast, thought about it, and they made it happen. So that's again leaving a legacy for the next generation. Maybe you're an inventor, maybe you're a creative person, you're a stuntman, and you know how to edit movies, you know how to edit videos. Especially you ladies, baratang the selfies, you know how to play around with filters. Why don't you do that and create an internet site where you can show off the beauty of Africa? Take Deep Kloof. We have so many beautiful women, dark-skinned, light-skinned, short, all sizes and shapes. And maybe you can start playing around with those things because you love photos. But then, where do you show off your talent? On the internet. Get somebody who knows how to create an internet page, and they'll charge you maybe a smaller price. Almost. Even say to them, look, we collaborate. It's your website, but I'll be the feeder to your website. You see what you've done? You've volunteered to bring something else from from your talent to their website. So think of those things. Babang Babiza, the digital space, the digital age, data analysis, to go and do the surveys to see if a product is well suited for the market, what changes can be made. Last year I used to sit and do a whole lot of surveys. Sometimes they'll pay you 20 rands, but if you do 20 rands a day, I guess in a month's time you'll have 60 or 600 bucks, which is not bad. Now that's just one aspect of it. So you've done your surveys, it's at 20 rands a day. You've done an outline, beautiful gardens, and maybe you know how to write, and you create your own newsletter in Anglidi Garden. Many people, how they change their flowers season to season, and you get money for it. Does it make sense? So you might start volunteering, but as you enhance your skills, Bob's your uncle, eh? The surveys, I spoke about editing. You'd find most people who know how to write or who know how to read content and criticize it. Do you know what you get talent into? That talent can make you money. Now, let's just say, for argument's sake, multiple lead restaurants, say, maybe call it 500, it's registered. Now, you go to each and every restaurant and say, or each and every well-established place and say, I'm a person who does editing. Write a column about your restaurant, and then let me see if I can edit it for you. And then you send it back to the person who has an internet website, and you start becoming a feeder. So now all you're doing is you editing, but at the same time, you're learning the skills that comprehension. You're learning the skills that cognizance, where you can be able to recognize words the content itself. Maybe you might be a person who knows how to do graphic design. And now, if you collaborate with those people, think of us, so as a team. One is a graphic designer, one is an internet guru, one is a photographer. Think of another one maybe as a person who's more on the finance side of things. He knows how to cost things. This one is going to cost you so much. This one is going to cost you so much. We need so much for projections. In 3 years' time, we'll have so much money. Maybe that's where people like us come in. For all of these equipment, you'll need insurance. Maybe you might need storage. Somebody only a garage are using, and this is where you start collaborating. So now, all in all, I'm saying is, let's start forming systems. Systems say longore. If you are with other people, find a gap. How does your talent fit in with the other talents? How does your business fit in with other businesses? So I'm excited about the shows this year, or the inserts this year. We will be collaborating with a whole lot of people. My mate Nate, you've seen her last year. We're collaborating, we interviewing a whole lot of people. So we'll bring people who are subject matter experts. Now we will unpack a whole lot of topics. Maybe we'll think about Trump, Joe Biden. I was impressed today, Kiboni, the ex-president there, USA, Barack Obama, George Bush, the other third president, that guy who was impeached, Bill Clinton it was. So the three of them, obviously, by it's a social distancing, by three, and all of them were encouraging the Americans to go through this storm, emerge Bali as powerful as they used to be. So now you can imagine it get 3 generations of presidents. Now, even us as entrepreneurs or people who want to serve our purpose in life, maybe that's what we should start doing. Collaborate. Let's see if all these other businesses can bring each other a cent. So here's a pie. I have my space more. I can bring you in, interview you. You tell a whole lot of people about what you're doing and why you're passionate about it and any other thing that you want help with. The second guy comes in and says, okay, she volunteered, kibata umutusa, and then there you go, you collaborate. So we're starting to form systems slowly. Last year we were teaching you about things, okay, we were discussing things, this insurance, savings, the normal easy to discuss topics for other people, but not so easy to grasp for other people. Both got discipline, like a question that was asked once, Nikki, how do I start saving and investing if I don't have money? So now, think of different income streams. Remember, I said if you are employed, don't quit. Wait until maybe Uber retrenched. If you have insurance, don't cancel your insurance. For better days, for worse days. Then what are we saying now? We will collaborate with you guys. We will collaborate with experts. We will talk to people who have made money, people who have lost it all, people who made millions and started thousands and thousands of businesses. But guess what? They went down the drain. They blew it. But those people, banangly resilience, those who start a business and go to another one, those who start a business, continue going, and those who grow their empire. Are you ready for this year? I think I'm ready. I'm actually excited. This year we increasing the empire. So those are the things that I know we can talk about today. One of them as well. Now that we're not saying that the mainstream ones like your internet and you're selling the magwenyas on the road. If you love sports, most people, but golf is a very slow sport. But I've seen those people who carry the bags for the players, the golf caddies. They get about 120 a day or 150. Now, let's just say you're unemployed. You don't do anything the whole day. How about, as much as you do not know how to play golf, how about you go to a golf course and become a caddy as somebody else, and they give you 150 a day. All you do is you carry your bag, but now, here's a new thing. Golf sports say you think a lot, you walk a lot, you meditate a lot. You will know how to count the score. You will know how to measure distance. You will know how to choose a club irrelevant for that particular event. Yamo golfing. You've heard people saying a networking spot. You get to a point where you meet many other people. The way they speak, the way they dress, they'll assist you maybe achieve a certain goal. So there comes your networking session again. You are out 3 times a week, 4 times a week. You're not staying in location and You will make money, you will learn how to network, and you'll engage yourself in a sport so different from when you were playing typical soccer and basketball. You can go to Arthur Ashe tennis court. Go out there. Maybe you become the personal cleaner in the rackets. You see how they play tennis and see how you can add value. So explore. What I'm saying is explore. Try to see what other things you can do. You're good with crafting. You're good with art. But now you've done so much art, but you've never been to an art gallery. On a lead item saying 80. You come to us and say, you know what, Nikki, we want to start a gallery or I want to do an exhibition. Who knows? We will connect you to somebody else who knows how to run a gallery, somebody who might sponsor a cameraman, somebody who might take the pictures of what you've done, put it on somebody else's internet. You see how it connects now? Put it on somebody else's internet page as a feeder with your link, your telephone numbers. Somebody identifies you there, says, come and sell all of them to me. Or maybe, Barkwena, you know what? You've done a great job. We realize that there's an element here or a room for improvement. How about you come and join our classes that we have every week for free? There you go. You've got a bursary, a scholarship, or a mentorship of some kind. Does it make sense how it all fits in? Kadi systems. You know, your typical beverage sales, food sales, spray painting, panel beating. When we spoke about panel beating earlier on, we were saying, you know, you might be a guy who knows how to restore very old cars. And then maybe you bring one with Pakamo, and as we speak, Renalu and Namo, you can go and show us the inside of the cars, the ins and outs of how you do your trade. Somebody else is inspired. They want to buy a present for their dad, and they think, instead of buying a new car, I might as well spend 18,000 rands on this car. You restore it back to square one, and it becomes a beautiful car. Your dad might sell it for 42,000 rands. Do you see the value again? The car was parked at home, spend 18,000 rands, sell it for 42,000 rands. You do your maths. I think you would have gained. You are a good painter and you see so many gates, how fit amo, basa depend. And you volunteer and say, I'll paint it for you for a minimal price. You're an entrepreneur. Maybe it's a pusher. Panda. I can show up presser because sometimes I'll press into their tube. But push as much as you can. Panda as much as you can. So the mentality from now on for the rest of the year is we'll talk about everything related to finance and how we uplift ourselves while we gain sense. Remember, you take care of the sense, the rands will take care of themselves. I think that's all for today, and hoping to see you in the coming months when we do many other beautiful shows. Go to our website, Radio 985. Go to Facebook. Throw in your comments. Tell us exactly like you've always been doing what topics you want to hear. And maybe in time, we will cover your topic. Maybe in time, we will incorporate it in the bigger picture of what we do almost every week. Stay blessed. Happy 2021. I'm on mango and orange. You know why? Lockdown.
Radio 985. Not your average internet radio. Taking internet radio to a whole new level.